Hi, my name is Tyvis Powell, former Ohio State Buckeye and national champion DB. Welcome to the Buckeye Cast. These guys was born and bred in the Buckeye State, and they like to talk Buckeye football and drink bourbon. Subscribe to the show. Now pour up a drink and pull up a stool. Here's your host, Joe Warwick. Get him, Joe.
Right after the game. What is up? National championship.
Whoop, whoop.
The Buckeye Cast. This is your national champions version. Our episode celebrating the Buckeyes smashing these assholes. Oh, the Domers talked a lot of shit. I saw them on Twitter all week long. Just like Cheaters fans, just like Texas fans, Tennessee fans, talked a lot of shit. You guys got smoked by fucking third quarter, man. I think we got to admit that we didn't expect a Marcus Freeman team to just quit. Comes from the Jim Tressel, tutelage. So they're not just going to give up when they're down 31-7. But it just wasn't enough. I mean, the 23 points we gave up on defense was the most in this playoff. Man, I don't know, man. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do with my hands. So many thoughts. Oh, I did have a shot of Pappy 10. I did the 10 this evening to celebrate 10 years since our last Ohio State championship. So, right now, I got a Weller 12er, just a little 12er. It's good on the sniffles. Oh, and this will be a hiccup-free show. I can guarantee that.
Not gonna work.
Myself. That was hard to listen to. I went back and tried to hear it. I had to cut it off. That was bad. Hey, what do I do? What do I do? I don't know. So anyways, we appreciate everybody popping in. Let's just lay back and enjoy the glow of the championship trophy, man. This is like, we don't get to do this every day, man. And the players committed to this almost a year ago by coming back. The even the foundations, collectives, the coaches, the staff committed to just going all in on this season. And they did that, right? They went and got Will Howard. Nobody wanted Will Howard.
Wasn't our first time.
I don't know if
Lincoln
nobody
Riley,
wanted Will
Cam
Howard.
Ward. USC kind of did, I guess. Lincoln Riley did, but I mean, what kind of decision is that? That seems pretty easy. No thanks. Except you do get to live in LA and go to the beach. Well, yeah.
And he has coached 2 Heisman quarterbacks.
Right, and
Yeah, his resume is good.
Right
when it comes to developing quarterbacks, his record is good.
Right.
My point, Howard wasn't a throwaway.
Oh no, he wasn't anybody's first choice though either. Yeah. Cam Ward was the wanted man, and obviously Riley Leonard was the one of the second most sought after guys.
Yeah, sounds that way.
I mean, we saw what he was all about. I mean, anyway, let's get into it. Let's talk about it. You guys want to go? How do you want to start this? You want to go offense, defense? You want to go with kind of first half, second half?
How about good, bad, ugly?
All right, there you go, Jeff. Let's start with our good. It's all good up in the hood. Jeff, since you lead it off, you will lead it off.
Good? All right. Spoiler alert. We win the game. No, I'm just kidding. The good was just hanging on and fighting till the end, knowing that Notre Dame was going to stay in the game, and even when they made the plays and made the comeback, the good was showing the resolve that the that the team has shown these last couple of weeks to finish
for Ohio State or for Notre Dame?
Oh, no, they're good for Ohio State to stay strong and not fold, because Notre Dame was charging. I mean, we could have easily gotten this to a tied game or even given up the lead. But the team, after giving up the points, they stayed in it, and just the result, they stayed to finish the job.
Right. Well, all right. Since we're right there, I got to take a side note, a left turn. The field goal by Notre Dame. What do you think? Good, bad, or dumb?
I didn't mind the
score
call.
then. I forget the score at the time.
I didn't mind the call, actually. It was too long to convert. I'm getting a lot of
16.
feedback. You hear that?
We're up. What?
I'm getting a lot of feedback here.
Yeah, must be on your end.
Yeah, let me hop back on here. It's bad.
All right. So we were up 16.
16.
They got in field goal range. They were, inside the 10 or something? And it was like 4th and 7 or 8, right? What do you think,
I think
Jeff?
he got a couple points there.
But you're still making it a 2-score game, right?
But
you're going from
he knows he's going against Ohio State's defense. We have a lot of goal line stands. If he took his turned away with no points there, there's no chance of a comeback. I get the points. If it's 4th and 7, you could take the points. Get points. Come up with something down the road.
Okay.
So I don't argue the point. Do you gamble for a touchdown there? I don't know.
I think so.
He knows Riley Leonard was Leonard in the game then? I forget. Or then Angeli?
Yeah, he was. There was about 10 minutes left, and I feel like he knew he was going to get 2 more possessions, which is what he would need. And now you don't need both 2-point conversions and 2 possessions and touchdowns, and you win the game. It was 2. If it would have been 4th and 3, I think they would have done it. But with Leonard's arm and the beating that kid was taking, even though hats off to that kid, I thought it was the right move.
Well, you can blame yourself for that beating he took on the 9-minute drive to start the game.
I know. I mean,
he took some shots.
Hey,
what a heroic
to the good bad.
Hats off to that guy. What a stud.
Hey, good dude. Great.
And later in the game, he stood in the pocket and he took some shots late, delivering some good balls.
Yep.
They used and abused him to his absolute strength. The O-line gave him some protection in that second half. But anyways, let's get back to our good, bad, and ugly. I just wanted to get your quick takes on that field goal attempt with the doink, because I wouldn't have guessed about missing it killed him.
Missing it killed him.
But you're still down 13, Shawn.
That's but 2 scores now you win. You had to rely on a lot. You would have to be a touchdown and then a 2-point touchdown and 2-point. You got about the same odds as kicking that field goal and then doing a touchdown, and heck, you can even miss an extra point and still get there.
And Freeman's thinking that Day's going to sit on the ball. We're going to eat clock. You're going to use your timeouts. He's thinking maybe get a 3 and out. They punt. So getting 2. Yeah, he's thinking 2 possessions
his
for sure.
math said, look, after this field goal, which puts me down 13, I'm going to get 2 more possessions. And I need to stop Ohio State from here on out, and I need to score touchdowns, same as I always did. But now I got 4 downs to do it.
Yep.
I think that was the mindset.
Okay. I don't know why you're already down 2 scores. You're just putting yourself still down 2 scores. And you're kicking the ball off to the other team.
All 2 scores is not the same thing, though, Joe.
Okay.
I
wouldn't do it. I wouldn't fucking do it.
Good. I
wouldn't do it.
Okay, Joe, real quick, this question then. What do you call it on 4th and 7? What you call?
Any of those pass plays that were working, seemed like they were.
Any of those pass plays were working.
Well, guess what? You're getting close to the end zone.
I don't know.
It's the field's starting to shorten. That shit closes up.
I tell you what, though, I probably would have thrown the ball towards IBG. IGB.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would have said
doubt, throw it up
50-50, we're getting a flag.
Yeah, the pass interference offense, right?
Yeah,
That's what it's called. You know, our game
that would be that's the only call I would have had. Target the guy that holds everybody.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have run a fucking option or a QB power again for the millionth time. No. All right, so let's continue with our good, bad, and ugly. Jeff had OSU. That's all I got for you. Shawn, what do you got for your good?
I'm going to go with my microscope, Will Howard. I think he had the game of his Buckeye career. I just rewatched it on the Skycast deal. How many first downs did he run for? 5, 6. Absolutely balled out. Did exactly what he needed to do, and there was, Will Howard, way to kill it.
We converted 9 of 12 on third downs. That's 75% by my simpleton
and started
math.
out 6 of 6.
Yeah, perfect in the first half.
And so that's one category that we rarely have won this year. Yeah. I mean, the stat sheets were always real. Our third down conversions have been shit most of the year.
Yeah, as an offense, definitely. For my good, boy, I'm leaning towards a running game. You guys look at these stats. We went for fucking 214 as a team. Everybody included with Judkins, Howard, Henderson, even Emeka.
Oh, that's 214. Great run by
Emeka. I don't think Notre Dame has allowed that all year, even to Northern Illinois.
No.
No, they haven't given up over 200 for sure.
Yeah, maybe they played Army and Navy. They may have actually.
Yeah, but they dog walked Army and Navy.
Right. Yeah, the running game really, I thought. I'm kind of surprised they went that route. They went so heavy with the runs. I mean, we had 41 rushing attempts against 17 passing attempts, 21 targets. So let's call it 21 passing attempts to 41. That's twice as many.
Well,
runs.
The second half was kill the clock ball.
Well, yeah, I get that. But, I mean, some of that was Will Howard in the first half on QB power, QB draw.
Giving them lanes. They play a lot of man-to-man. When he's dropping back, he had the lanes in this game.
Right. First half,
he won't let him take off with him.
If you go quarter by quarter and look at the rushing, we had 5 rushing attempts in the first quarter because we only had the ball for a few minutes. Then 13 rushing attempts in the second quarter. Third quarter, we had 12 attempts. And in fourth quarter, 11. So to your point, yes, okay, take away the fourth quarter with your 11. But we still we ran for way more than passing. And we didn't really start milking the clock until almost the end of the third quarter. So, all right, let's loop it back around to Jeff for your bad. Good, bad, and ugly. Let's go
Defensive first drive. That was bad ball.
I know.
I mean, just stopping the same plays, just not attacking the blocks. 10 minutes. The first 2/3 of the game.
Right.
That's bad. But I knew wasn't scared. I knew we'd come with adjustments, but I was like, fuck, this is what they're gonna do. We knew they were gonna try to do this. Keep the ball away from them and eat the clock.
Well, I don't know if I text you guys or someone else, but I was like, this is the worst start ever. This is exactly what I didn't want to see.
Yeah, worst case scenario.
And I'm like, this is how Notre Dame stays in this game and hangs with us right here.
Mm-hmm. The fumble by Mecca.
And that first drive that we followed it up with, though, I was worried about that. It's like, guys, you can't go 3 and out here and put that D back on the field. And Howard pulled through in some clutch third down on that drive alone. You know, clutch plays. If we get stopped on one of those and have to punt it away, put that D right back out there, that's a tough spot.
While we're talking about that, let's look at the Buckeye drive chart. It's not terrible. Touchdown, 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 field goal, fumble, in the other team's red zone at the 21 almost red zone. We were going in to score. You know that. You know we were going to at least get a field goal out of this shit, and then a punt, and then a field goal. So I mean, 2 drives out of what, 8? Yeah, that we did not
only
score.
having 8 drives.
One punt in the fucking game.
And they were still making it interesting at the end. That's what's amazing.
Right. So, all right, for your bad, Shawn, you got the first drive? Or is that Jeff's?
No, that's what Jeff has.
Jeff's. Yeah.
I'll take Igbenogsen's cover skills.
Okay.
My number 2.
Are we hoping that he enters the draft?
Oh, he's leaving.
Are we hoping he does?
Yes.
Are we encouraging that?
I would hope so, yes. I'm going to tell him he's great. He's ready to go. He's going to be an all-pro.
Yeah.
I think he thinks he is.
First round grade.
Someone just got to coach him a little bit more, and he can be. I mean, the guy's got a lot of skill. He's got a good attitude, but damn, he's grabby.
He grabs every
what
play.
Happened to the last
and
3
we have
weeks?
one of the best defensive back coaches in the nation, I think.
Yeah, but sometimes you need the right coach.
They've been working with
the
him.
one that gets
wearing the mittens and shit.
Yeah.
Grabs
Well,
every
Jermaine
play.
Matthews isn't any better. I mean, he's good. He's young, but he's still getting PIs all over the place every time he's in. I like him because he's a dog. He's tenacious, but he's still getting PIs the last 2 games.
You know, maybe it's something they need to look at as far as a technique. Maybe Walton needs to try a different theory.
I don't know.
I'm not sure, but IGV, he's ideal NFL size, length, and all that.
Sure.
He'll get a look, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we can. We need his experience coming back, but I'm pretty sure he's going. He's going with everybody else, you know.
I would think so.
Aaron Scott coming in, David Sanchez,
Bryce West.
We got highly rated corners coming up. Hopefully, they're ready. Calvin Simpson-Hunt. We didn't see much of him at all this year, but Jermaine's got a lot of experience.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll probably get a portal guy. You know, like a more experienced guy, like McAllister was.
I don't know. We've never really seen these young guys, and they were the best kids in the country.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see a couple of them.
And you can understand why you don't see some of our best freshmen and sophomores when you have 3 pros out there, and Jermaine Matthews is backup.
Right. Okay. Let's see. For my bad, I'm combing through this stat sheet here, and shit. I was gonna bang on the O-line, but I can't because they did a hell of a job. Hinsman did allow 3 pressures. They had what? This says no sacks. I don't think that's accurate. I don't know. I'm having a tough time finding a bad area. I mean, can you say it's bad that Will Howard couldn't go 14 for 14? He only could go 13 for 13. I mean, shit, man, fuck. Big plays, we gave up 5. Okay. I'm not sure we could have defended some of those arm punts by Riley Leonard or those, dead ducks that were floating through the secondary in the second half, but I don't know. I'm having a tough time finding a negative. I guess 3 of 4 on 4th downs. That'll be it. Defense allowed 3 of 4.
Mm-hmm.
But that was all QB power, and it was 4th and short on all of them. So I'll go with that, I guess. All right, let's go ugly.
Yeah. The blatant missed holding calls on JT.
They called one. They called one.
Yes, I almost jumped through the fucking ceiling, but I saw 6 more.
That got the loudest cheer of the whole fucking game.
Yeah. That left tackle was holding every time. Not every time we got past him,
right.
So it wasn't blatant. But he was holding on for dear life every fucking pass pro. I started watching just him and JT or whoever was out there on him, Jackson, just fucking holding on for dear life. And blatant, like, he's all the way out there.
Tyreek was getting mauled by that that guard and the right tackle. I told you guys was a sieve, but
so many fucking holding calls.
Right.
When I started just watching for it, I'm seeing them every play.
I know. Well, we've watched it all year. Since September, we've had to suffer.
Even with the attention brought to it, they still didn't.
What's funny is it took an SEC crew to finally throw a flag on it, and they could have thrown a dozen more. Right?
Yeah, unbelievable. Ugly.
Henry, what do you got for your ugly?
For my ugly, now you wanted to go and jump on the field goal try. A much more egregious call was the fake punt, and they run out the backup quarterback. That basically iced the game for us. We didn't score the touchdown, but we did kick a field goal. You kept it what you call a 3-score game, but that's a 24-point 3-score game, and that's a tough to come back from in 3 scores. It just is.
And everybody in the stadium and at home knew that was coming, right?
I know. Just you keep him out there. 4th and 3. That's when you do keep Riley Leonard on the field. 4th and long is another situation.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I would say that call. That was not great, Bob.
We were waiting on something. I knew at some point in the game there was going to be one of those calls. I picked that play when I saw it. I said, "Oh, it might be here. It might be here. Maybe this might be it."
And they only punted twice, so you got a 50% average there, and it definitely was coming. What was that? Was that the second one of the second quarter? I think it was. Anyway, so yeah, that was pretty ugly. I mean, the quarterback put it on the guy, but you had to make a miraculous catch in coverage with Denzel on him. The Buckeyes kept their entire defense out there because they expected that, and that's what happens when you do it too many times. I think a lot of this game will be a learning experience for Marcus. He's still a young coach. He's 39. So, he has a long way to go as far as, learning the ins and outs and intricacies of being a head coach in college football. I
don't think he quite has the horses either. I mean...
Well, not yet. Yeah, this was a kind of a young team to some degree. They only had a couple, senior guys really that were NFL quality. But yeah, you're right. This was a talent gap. We took them into deep waters. I didn't expect them to quit ever. Like I said before, I didn't think they were ever going to be intimidated by a 3-score lead. Mm-hmm. But you can only do so much. I mean, especially when you're outweighed in the talent department. And anyway, for my ugly, this was a tough one. I got to say, I don't like the play calling for Notre Dame. I understand that they got a 6'4" quarterback. He's 215, whatever. When you beat the piss out of him for 9 minutes in the first quarter, that's not a long-term plan for a full 60-minute game.
He went over and threw up and all that. I mean, he was toast.
Did he? I didn't see that. I just saw
he
got up hobbling after
kind of illness.
I tell you what, I don't. They say, well, he says I think he fell on the ball on his nuts. But I think on one of those plays when he's in one of them scrums, you see Jack Sawyer kind of bring him down, and his head smashes into the turf pretty hard. And I wouldn't be surprised if that kid was concussed on that first damn drive.
Tyreek kind of fell over him the other way.
Yeah, everybody was pounding him. Every time he batter rammed himself into the line. He was getting popped by linebackers, whoever.
But that's just it. He's the only thing they got.
Exactly. And what happened to Jay Love? What's up, Jay Love? 4 carries, 3 yards. Thought
almost
he was 100%.
They said right before the game.
Yeah.
Yep.
No brace on the knee. What the fuck? Pussy. No, that was a total shell game by Marcus Freeman. But anyway, I get it. They just didn't have anybody else that could step up. You know, with Price and what the fuck, Faison, the cross player. Yeah. Again, and I wanted to bring this up. I don't think I brought this up on Sunday in between all the hiccups. So Notre Dame is basically just an all-star team of former NFL players' kids.
You did bring that up.
Is that right? Is that kind of it? Is that what they're going for? I'm serious. Like, they have a lot of former NFL players' kids. You look at the roster?
They've had a bunch before that. I'm on the St. Brown. But no, they naturally do because I think
Clark.
a lot of...
Clark, that's Ryan Clark's kid. We talked
I
about
didn't know that.
Howard Cross the third, obviously. What else? Bryce Young, that's Bryant Young's kid.
Brian Young went to Notre Dame too.
Right. But I'm saying these are former NFL players' kids. I think there's a Bettis kid coming in there next year or the year after. And there's somebody else. Who the fuck was that? Probably on offense. Anyway, doesn't matter. I noticed that. Oh, Aeneas Williams, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. The running back.
So for the ugly, I got an honorable mention. Who is is it Fowler that's up there with Herbie?
Yeah.
And when Ibuka fumbles, and Joe, I know you don't listen to it, he's like, "Oh, it's going to be tough. Ohio State never fumbles." There goes Ibuka breaking that one off. Very next fucking play. I told my son, we're sitting there, I'm like, he just fucking jinxed us.
On purpose, too, that cocksucker.
And boom, immediately.
I got to tell you, real
I'm
quick,
not surprised.
with regards to the game, I had one of the best viewing experiences. I went with the Skycast on the second TV, muted.
Yeah.
And I went with Pat McAfee and AJ doing the game. I tried to get Keels in the radio show to line up, but I couldn't. But McAfee was much better than Fowler and Herbstreit's dumbasses. I didn't listen to Herbstreit and Fowler until the recap after the game.
Oh, well,
and it was nice.
I guess Herbie got a little misty after the game on the SVP show.
all the
shit was on the roster.
Throws. I mean, Desmond Howard, what a clown.
Did he get in a car wreck last night? Because I dreamed it.
He felt like it when Ohio State just rolled through the college football playoffs. He'd probably have rather been in a car wreck.
I'm so hoping he gets like a embarrassing like gets fired under some embarrassing fucking bullshit. He gets his whole career ruined. I cannot wait. That would be my next Super Bowl.
Fucking scumbag. You know he Me Too'd some girls.
He's all about picking Notre Dame, of course, and then even at halftime, he's talking them up in the halftime deal.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
And we had the momentum too. We were cutting the ball back.
He's like, they dominated that first quarter and this and that, and they just need to pull a couple. They're only killing themselves. They ain't Ohio State.
They had one drive. After they did a stat like in the middle of the fourth quarter, I think. After the first drive, they had like 7 yards of rushing about 7 yards or something like that.
I got the quarters right here. First quarter, obviously, they had a 9-minute drive. That'll be okay. That's going to help your stat sheet. They had 44 rushing. Second quarter, 3 yards rushing. So we see where we're going with this, right? Then we crushed them on the middle 8. We scored going into the 2-minute. Then we scored coming out of the half. And again, they had 6 yards rushing in the third quarter. Fourth quarter, they had 0 yards rushing. I understand they had to throw the ball a lot, whatever. There was not a path to victory after getting their quarterback killed in the first drive of the game.
Yeah,
you can only do so much. I mean, the guy was fucking mutilated. So anyway, we mentioned Jeremiah Love. We talked about his injury before the game. Apparently was not going to be a problem at all, whatever. And then these O-line injuries we talked about. The right tackle got used and abused by Jack. I have some grades and pressures here looking at this Notre Dame offensive line. Let's see. Who gave up the most pressures? Yes, right tackle. 59, Emil Wagner gave up the most. And then Charles got my dick caught in my Jagasaw again. He left tackle. He was his first start at left tackle, by the way. He had 3 pressures as well. Allowed a sack and a hit on the quarterback. Then everybody else allowed a pressure on the O-line. So not surprised. I'm surprised actually that it wasn't worse for their O-line with all the injuries and they picked a wrong time to have injuries on the O-line. At least our O-line injuries for the Buckeyes happened in mid-season where we could recover and reorganize our O-line. But
that's the point I was trying to make last week, Joe, about the timing of the injuries and having more time to gel, and they can't because they're throwing a guy into the fire.
Right. And in the secondary, Christian Gray, number 29, we talked about him. I called him out, calling him the fish. He had the most targets. He had twice as many targets as anybody else in the secondary. 8 targets, 6 receptions for 126 and a touch.
And the big one on Jeremiah at the end. The video I sent you guys?
To seal it, yeah. Right, yeah. That's a good one. And then the slot corner we talked about, he was 4 for 4. 4 catches on 4 targets. Leonard Moore actually was okay. Number 15. He was...
That's the freshman, isn't it?
Yeah, he's a true freshman. He had 3 targets, 2 catches for 14 yards. Did have a PBU. But, yeah, I mean, we really didn't get a lot of those linebacker versus running back matchups I was expecting. I was expecting more Trey leaking out of the backfield, going against a linebacker and smoking them. But and then the rushing game for the Buckeyes, Quinshawn really had a day, right? It seems to be like every other week it's one or the other.
We can all agree though that if that were Trey, he would have took it to the house, right?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Q was
that would not have been close.
The last 10 yards.
That wasn't
man.
close.
Yes.
That would not have been close.
Tired out.
Trey.
You could see it.
Yes.
And I thought Trey still looked good too. He was running hard.
He was getting a lot of those shoestring tackles.
At one point, he had 8 for 65 yards. That's, he was moving.
Yeah.
But yeah, Q got the ball inside. We had down inside the red zone. We got inside the 10. That's Q's territory.
Yeah, that was coming out of the half. Just a bam. You think you're going to stop something? No.
Right. Yeah, that should have been a backbreaker. I'm sure the play calling changed by Chip Kelly because of that, and we went up. What? That would have been 28-7, and then it got to be 31-7. But yeah, Trey was just a step away, half a step away, even from breaking one. You could just see it coming.
Oh yeah.
So, I don't know. What else you guys want to talk about? We got like 20 minutes. We could let me pop up these comments. We're getting a lot of great comments here by the folks.
Joe, I wanted to say that when we got 31-7, I kind of lost focus a little bit because I told everybody, that's a wrap. Notre Dame cannot pass the ball and get back in this game, and we're not going to be throwing the ball in risky places to risk turnovers. So I thought it was a wrap. I was impressed at some of the throws that were on target and on money. They were all inside of 10 yards, but they completed a lot of passes. Backup came in, and Jelly was delivering. I don't remember what his percentage was, but they were making a lot more. They were making better throws than I thought they could have.
And Jelly just had the fake punt.
It was a dime.
Yeah, that was the Great House. Yeah, that Great House
Or was
guy
that
actually
Hancock? Was that Hancock?
Hancock was the last one. Yeah.
But what about the PI on Burke in the end zone?
No,
You
that
can't
wasn't
have
on
better
here.
coverage. You cannot have better coverage on a play.
No, that
I thought it
wasn't
was a
on here.
holding.
Yeah, that
It
was a holding.
Oh, that's right. The holding was on the other side with Hancock or Matthews. Or IGB.
Yeah.
It was probably IGB.
Yeah, it was such good coverage, you almost could call it, though. Because, like, damn, how could you cover someone that good?
Right.
That was,
That's initially I thought the call was on him, and we rewound it, and I'm like, how the fuck can you call?
Yeah, fourth quarter.
You can't play it better.
Fourth quarter, you had a holding on IGB. That was early in the fourth. Then you had another one that was holding on Caleb Downs. Remember that?
that was
The rare.
Caleb Downs was the Burke one that you thought was in the end zone.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Yeah.
But I don't know if they got it right because I didn't see the replay and see him do it, but I did see Hancock or Igbenos and somebody else held the shit out of somebody.
Mm-hmm.
So if they didn't call him, they would have called someone else, I think.
IGB held. I saw 5 times it could have been called.
Kind of like offensive holding, right? You can call it on every play.
Yeah, so I guess it evens out. They're not going to call it on our defense. They're going to call it against us, but I don't know.
We hold you a little bit, you hold us a little bit, it all works out.
Apparently.
It's
by the way, 4 guys went over 1,000 yards in this game for the Buckeyes on the year.
That's nice.
Yeah, 2 receivers, 2 running backs.
I got a question, Joe. My buddy was with me. He said after we look at that stat right there of the 1,000-yard guys, and he said this best Buckeye team ever. And so we had kind of a middle of debate, and I said, on the simple fact, no, we lost when we were double-digit favorites to Michigan at home. We cannot say we're the best Buckeye team ever. And I brought up 68 and some of those other teams. What say you guys? What's the resume? I mean, top 5 teams.
I mean, did they accomplish as much as any team ever? No, but they're as good as any team ever. I'd let this team play any other team.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I would take this team against some of the all-time great college.
How about 4 teams?
2019 LSU. I'd like to see that.
Well, yeah, I would like to see us against LSU in 19.
Just because this defense. I mean,
Exactly.
I don't think Howard's our strongest quarterback, over the last 20 years. But
right, but yeah, you go against this defense. This is the best defense in the fucking country, man.
Easily.
We didn't have that before.
Well, how about looking at our 2014 team, coached by Urban Meyer, the same roster is the same, versus this team coached by Ryan Day. That game specifically, how do you like that matchup?
I don't know.
Well, Meyer's team would be a lot like playing Freeman's team here. Quarterbacks running all over the place.
But we have a fucking stud at tailback, and we got big play receivers down the field.
Way more
I don't like IGB covering Devin Smith.
We never had any weapons outside other than Devin Smith at receiver. Mike Thomas was way underutilized at receiver. You really just had one good year at Ohio State, his last year.
Which is ridiculous.
Devin was awesome in 14, but that was it. There was nobody else. I don't know how he got so fucking open other than he was fast. He's a track guy, but like at some point, why wouldn't you shade a safety that direction when there's not really another receiving threat? Michael Thomas, yeah, but he's not gonna blow by corners. He's physical, but
our secondary is physical too.
This receiving core of these 3 right now, if you take away one of them, the other 2 will hurt you. We've seen it. in his last 4 games. You know, you shut down JJ, fine. Carnell's going to go for 80, and Emeka too, by the way. And we got G. Scott. He's going to have a big day.
We'll start throwing some screens to Trey.
Yeah, for 75. So, see, it opens shit up for everybody else. I mean, it's a give and take.
Here's the big question that I'll ask you guys. So up here, you get a lot of from Michigan fans. Let me preface that.
Okay.
Big deal, you guys won it, but you still lost to Michigan. And I'm sorry if this hurts the program. It doesn't mean as much to me anymore. It doesn't ruin your season anymore. I'll take losing to Michigan every year if I get a natty.
And then we just say fuck the rivalry, and then we just walk away from it.
Well, look, with this playoff and stuff, it
does devalue
it does take away
to
from
some degree.
To a huge degree.
Yeah.
It's not the end of your season anymore.
Right.
And it rarely will be unless that's your third loss. If that's your second loss, you're probably still in.
Right.
When are we going to lose 3 games? When's the last time we won? Was it 2011, the last time we lost more than 2?
Yeah. Well, yeah,
right?
we went 6-7 with that shitty Gator Bowl.
And then 12-0, 13-1.
Luke was the interim. You know, I mean, if you look at our head coaches, man, we've gone 3 in a row, 3 coaches in a row, each getting a title. You know, 3 titles in less than 25 years. But yeah, to your point, Jeff, no, we have not lost more than 3 games.
I can't picture us losing 3 games.
Lost 3 games. No.
Nobody can say that in the country. I mean, we've had 5 since 1949. We've had a Hall of Fame football coach since 1949.
5 in a row, right?
That's not bad.
Well, I don't know.
6 coaches, 9 titles.
Cooper and Bruce.
They're both Hall of Famers. And Earl Bruce had a winning record against Michigan.
Yeah.
I guess if you do coach Ohio State for a decade, you probably are a Hall of Famer.
I mean, everybody gives Cooper, nationally, Cooper got a lot more respect and love than Ohio State Nation did because of the record against Michigan. But he was a great coach. He had a lot of fucking wins.
He had some nice-ass teams, too.
And he nationalized our program as far as the recruiting basis. He started that going to South Florida, Texas, getting in there. Because he had connections in the Oklahoma, Texas
and
area.
Arizona. Yeah.
Arizona.
Yeah. Yeah.
And but we don't miss on coaches. We had that 1 year, the one layover year. What are you going to do there? It's a tough spot. Tressler got fired.
He was handcuffed. He was handcuffed. His 5 best players were suspended for most of the season. Luke was totally screwed. He took a bullet there, honestly, for the program.
That shouldn't even count.
I blame Gene for that.
This season shouldn't count.
Gene fucked him over, in my opinion.
Still with Ohio State. What was it? 6-5?
6-7.
What was it?
6-6 on the season, 6-7 with the bowl.
Yeah, we lost the Gator Bowl with Urban on the sideline.
You got to do a little better than that.
Well, yeah, ideally, but again,
Braxton's a freshman.
No, but yeah, I mean, what 6? Our 6 best players were suspended. Depot, Pryor. Was it an O-line?
Pryor left. Pryor wasn't coming back.
Was Noah Spence in that group?
No, he came in 12 with Urban.
That was later. That was a Noah Urban guy. Defense seemed like we lost 1 or 2 guys on defense. Anyway, doesn't matter.
2 linemen.
Yeah, I mean, it was a shit show from the beginning. That season, 2011. Then 2012, we were not expecting Herb's first year. We were not expecting to get a bowl ban. We go undefeated, 12-0. No postseason. Fucking seriously. And we would have played Notre Dame.
Yes, not Alabama. Dame. You're right. Hey, who made that decision? Was that Gene Smith that decided to take the bowl game that year and not use the ban, or take the ban and use it that year?
Gene's people with the NCAA said you were not going to be barred from the postseason.
But you might next year. I wonder if that was in a discussion.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because can you imagine Urban coming in 12-0, and then we play Notre Dame, and who knows what happens in that game? Manti Te'o and a great defense. But what knows?
Well, if you could have opted it, you should have said, hey, for Fickle's year, we're not bowl eligible that year.
Right, if you had the alternative. I mean, hindsight. But
well, you got to get ahead of it.
Well, that's the thing is, Herb took the job thinking that there was not going to be a bowl ban. He did not think there was going to be a bowl ban. That's what he was told when he took the job. So it's not his fault. It's Gene's fault. Gene played it at Notre Dame, so he definitely has to have some friends in Indianapolis from Cleveland. Anyway, all right. What else do you want to touch on here in the last 10 minutes before we get out the door? Got a bunch of awesome comments from everybody. What else on this game going forward? We got plenty of time to talk about Ohio State, Texas. Week 1. We'll get to that. There's plenty of
maybe 1 versus 2
summer months. Yeah. It definitely will be. As of right now, they are the top 2 teams to win the national championship next year.
Which kind of amazes me because we're going to lose. I guess most of that O-line will be back, but Howard's gone. The running backs are gone. Yeah. Most of the defense is gone.
10 of 11, I think.
Except for Downs.
Yeah. Yep.
Styles gone?
I think they all leave.
Styles has to come back for the
he should. God. I think he should, but I think he leaves.
Like I said, he will show out at the combine like a mother.
But don't forget, he's a year younger than everybody else. He came in reclassified, so he's like 20 years old right now. His third year.
For his career, I think he should come back because his tape is not good.
He's got some good. Together.
Shawn, I'm saying he's given up a lot of plays and he's shown a lot of deficiencies. No doubt. Repeatedly.
That's why the NFL would love to have him come out because you can probably get him in the 4th round. Yeah. And if you can coach him up, he's a first-round type talent.
Okay, so maybe he gets his feedback and they say you're like a 4th, 5th rounder. And he's like, then he decides to come back. Or they gas him up and say, you're probably a 2nd. He comes out, then knowing that everybody wants to sit on.
I think with NIL, I think he might stay too. Someone's going to throw some money. Hey, we could use you back.
They have money. His family has money. They don't need money. Dad played.
That doesn't matter. A lot of these kids have money. The Mannings have money too, and that kid gets a shit ton.
Okay, the Buckeyes have
I expect them to leave.
10 in the top 100. They have 10 players on the PFF big board for the NFL draft for 2025. 10 guys in the top 100. This is not according to team needs or, positional, like, how there's a run on quarterbacks suddenly or whatever. There's 10 Buckeyes on this team right now in the top 100. So that's your first 3 rounds, right? So, and most of it is defense.
Sure.
Yeah, the whole D.
The whole D line.
Secondary, Simon.
O-line. I mean, the only thing you got coming back are the guards and the center on O-line. We saw that Devin Brown committed to Cal today.
Yeah.
That wasn't a surprise. That was announced weeks ago.
So again, my question: How are we ranked number 1 or 2 for next year already? Losing all this talent.
Because we reload. You know that.
But so do other teams. I mean, I could see having us ranked top 10, but like, wow, Ohio State's going to be that much better than everyone else.
It's similar to Michigan last year, right? Michigan had a ton of guys, seniors. They won the title. What were they preseason? 8? 7, 8?
Yeah, that's where I would expect us to be, 7, 8.
But I would say give us 3 more spots above them because of the talent we have behind them. Ryan Day's ability for quarterbacks. We have Julian Sand. I could say I'd put us top 5.
I think they do it because we got 2 of the best players in Caleb Downs and Jeremiah Smith. They're like, well, these guys are going to get theirs.
Curious to see what Quinshawn does. I think after this playoff run, I think he has to go.
Does he have eligibility?
Before the playoffs? Yeah,
I didn't think
he's only a junior.
Oh, he played 2 years. That's right. He started at Ole Miss as a freshman.
Yeah, 2 years at Ole Miss. So I think he has to go, yes, because of the wear and tear on his body, and he had a hell of a run over these last 3-4 weeks.
He'll never be higher. He's going
1,000 yards, splitting carries. I mean, that says something, right?
And that's how the NFL works.
Yeah.
Who do you think goes first, Trey or Q?
According to this big board, Trey goes at 77, and Quinshawn's ranked 90th. These are rankings, not predictions for the drafts. The very different scenario. So they got him ranked. Trey 77, Quinshawn 90. So close to the same. First 3 rounds at least for both.
You think Will Howard gets in the first 3 rounds?
They got
played his way into the top 3 quarterback?
He's in the top 100. Yeah. I'll tell you who really is hurting is Denzel Burke. He's 139. Remember before the season?
Yep.
He was like late first.
Yeah, he was going to be around 20.
Yeah, not anymore. IGB is not.
But he's been injured too. I mean, this last run, he's dinged. We don't know to the extent, but he's not. He's lost a lot of playing time.
I'll bet Denzel Burke. I'll bet Denzel Burke gets drafted in the first 3 rounds. I'll take a bet on that.
Wow, that's quite a leap. That's like a round and a half leap.
Care what your board says.
All right. IGB is way down there. He's 187 on a motherfucking cop.
Whoa. 187?
Why is Hancock? I got a big problem with Hancock being so far behind IGB.
That's not right.
Are we fucking kidding here? Because they got him listed as a safety. He can play slot corner, or he could even play outside corner.
Hancock will get drafted in the first 3 rounds. I'll take that bet too.
Who else is?
Yes.
You're just saying guys' names now.
I'm telling you, Burke and Hancock are for sure. For sure.
I don't know how you put Hancock at 214 overall. That's 7th round at best. Fuck that shit.
He can be impactful in a lot of ways.
So much better than that. So much better.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how many first-rounders we get, because that's always a good recruiting piece. You know, Ryan Day will be up there giving hugs to guys as they go up to the stand.
Yeah.
That helps with recruiting a bunch. And just momentum. And so, right. But Ryan Day, is our info going to be coming? Is he going to get some offers here?
Is who?
He's going to listen.
Who's coming?
Is somebody coming? Do you guys think? I mean, his ability to with quarterbacks and stuff, turning his team around after the Michigan loss. The NFL people are noticing.
Oh yeah, there's going to be changes in the coaching staff. You have to assume.
No, he's talking about are they going to come and take Day, right?
Yeah. Is the NFL going to come knocking for him? And is he going to listen?
I'm sure they're calling his agent.
That's a lot of stress with this fucking job, man. That's 365. Mm-hmm. The NFL is much easier.
I'm seeing that Jim Knowles' sister Paula, who is a regular on the Twitter machine, maybe to her detriment, not my opinion, just fact, she's saying that there's no truth to the rumors that he could be going to Oklahoma. Apparently, he has a fiance out there in the Oklahoma area. I don't know.
He can afford to fly her to Columbus.
Why the fuck would you leave? Why would you leave Ohio State now? As a coordinator, to go for a parallel job? That's fucking retarded.
Well, yeah, and that's the point is if Oklahoma is going to, I mean, we can match Oklahoma, I would hope, right? I mean,
$2.5 million? He's not asking for getting more than $3 million.
I mean, come on. If at some point, if you don't want to match or up the ante, then that tells you that you don't really want the guy.
I mean, Venables is a defensive coordinator at heart. He's probably a better DC than he is a head coach. Yeah. Knowles, who's much older and established, he's going to go deal with Venables, look on his shoulder.
Yeah, none of that makes sense to me.
Those two would be at each other's throat.
It's been floating around for a week or so, and I don't know who started it. Probably Oklahoma people trying to, like Iowa people were trying to get Lincoln Keenholz rumored to Iowa.
Now I could see the NFL come knocking for Knowles.
Yeah.
Or his own program.
But he's coached at a lot of places. I don't think he's interested in being a head coach anywhere.
Yeah, now with the money he's making, I mean, it's what head coaches were making a decade ago. He's probably thinking, if I could just get up to $2 million, I'll be set.
Yeah.
The prize, motherfucker.
Exactly. All right. Well, hey, we are champs, at least for a few months until the next season starts. It feels amazing. I hope you guys are enjoying it. I hope you're celebrating in whatever crazy way you celebrate. It's hard to. It's kind of hard to really get back into this mode of getting used to winning championships, man. But I love it. Ryan Day's not going anywhere. You're gonna have some of the staff moving here and there. As long as Hartline doesn't leave, I'm good. Honestly, you're probably going to see something with Larry Johnson. There's always the rumors there. Sometimes I start them. But,
Larry was looking spry.
Yeah, but he finally got the title. This would be a good walking. Well, I don't know what's his contract status. Is it up or he's got one more year?
I don't think that matters. They could keep him on as an analyst. There's unlimited coaching positions now, so
you can see him. Taking. You can
have him in the building, coaching, and then send one of his GAs on the road recruiting.
True.
Which I think is the way of the future for most of these coaches.
Right. Because you got so many other things to handle, and that would be good. It would just be a good swan song for him. He had his D line played outstanding this run.
Yeah.
Getting some guys drafted.
Jack and JT are leaving.
The 4-year guys were there. Like they left. Like everybody's leaving. Yeah, this would be a good time.
Yep.
But we got his assistant coming up. He's probably going to be the one to take over, right?
I hope so. I really like him. I think he's done a great job. He's been there for 2 or 3 years. Alan Clark. I like that guy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I got nothing else, guys. So let's enjoy the victory. We need to take some time off. This has been one of the longest seasons. Well, literally, by a calendar, it has been the longest season ever. But I need to take some time off and chill out for a couple months at least, and we'll get back to it once the preseason starts up.
What's the next on the calendar? What's the next thing that we should be outside of a big announcements of players leaving or coaches leaving or something like that? It's not till spring ball, right?
Yeah. Well, you got your
transfer portal.
Who we signed? Portal's open for 5 days from yesterday, so that's.
We might have some big pickups, but we're not gonna have anybody leaving. Not any big, I don't think.
No.
Unless JJ says he wants $10 million, which wouldn't be a bad idea on his part.
I think.
Well, they should. Yeah.
Has it in his cushions.
Yeah.
But, all right, guys. Appreciate everybody joining us this whole season long. All you guys, we appreciate all the comments and everything. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And hey, we'll be back. We'll be back at some point. I'll let you know.
Champs.
Keep it locked in here. Jeff and Shawn, appreciate you.
Cheers, boys.
Talk to you later. We're national champs. Go Bucks.